Oh wait, there it goes.
What'd you do? Get rid of it? Somebody was getting rid of it earlier.
That was Mike.
Yeah.
Mike is now punishing us.
Yep. Yeah. This is you.
Oh my God. It's our mess to deal with.
Yeah. You chose this.
Turtle
you get to live with it.
section.
All right.
Mike,
Man,
save me.
really messed up.
I'm gonna start drinking now. Okay.
We were put in the naughty character corner. We were put in the evil corner.
Yeah.
You're putting time out. Mm-hmm.
We were. We really were.
All right. So, all right. What's happened is Grigori the orc, whom you all know. He's summoned you all to sort of his place of residence. It's in this this little shanty town here that you see before you. But before we get into too much of the story, we're going to find out what everyone's been doing. We're going to do some quick character introduction. So when I call your name, you just tell me, or tell everyone else rather, about your character a little bit, and then I'll ask you some questions. So we'll start with Mist. Who is Mist?
Sweet. So Mist is, a few hundred years old now. He looks like he's in his 30s. He looks human, but if you look close, you can tell he's not quite human. Let's see, what else? I don't know. He's half god. He is, man.
Yeah. He's got kind of like Peter Quill was God, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's a good way to put
Small
it.
G.
Yeah.
He's rich.
He is very rich. That's true.
He's filthy rich.
And he pretty much does wherever the hell he wants, and he freaking hates goblins.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Cool.
I'll believe it.
So, did you tell us? Well, let's go with what have you been doing for, say?
Oh yeah.
Now we know a little bit of what you've been doing in the sense of the last campaign you're in, but in that not everyone's maybe listed to that, you can kind of throw that into what you've been doing. What have you been doing? You've been back now for a little over a year. So what's been going
on? We're gonna just rehash the last campaign. So I had a special object of mine took from me, and me and a few friends went to look for said object, and we opened a portal to hell and killed the thing that came out of it. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, also I'm a klepto. I like to collect everything, so don't leave anything out. And my good friend Meep from the first campaign came back.
Yeah.
And on my way to this group, I have gotten word that a good friend of mine from the first campaign had been jailed, and given my particular skill set, I have broken him out, and he'll be joining us soon.
Cool. All right. Nice. Also, your video just disappeared for me. Did everyone else lose Joel as well?
Yep.
Same here.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Just a heads up. So
you chose your choices.
I'll be back.
Wait. Oh, no.
Please come back.
There we go.
Okay, cool. There we are. All right. So, do you want to explain the breakout, or is Thorin going to explain the breakout?
Thorin can explain it.
All right, cool.
I bet he's got a better explanation for it than I do.
Yeah. All right. So, then Thorin, we'll go to you next. Thorin, tell us about who your character is, what he's about. Maybe tell us a little bit about the last campaign you were in, and then I'll ask you some questions.
So we went hunting some celestials. Found out my buddy Mist was part god.
Mm-hmm.
Went into this dungeon, and when we came out, it was 2 years ago. Later.
200 years.
200 years.
Yeah.
200 years later, and so after that. We were traveling. I guess we were all trying to figure out, what was going on. Figured out there was this big war going on, and not long after that, I got captured because apparently the dwarves of this time are on the evil side, and I don't align with that. So I got captured and put in jail, and so for the past year, I've been in jail. Finally got a letter out to Mist to see if he could come help me escape.
Mhm.
And the whole time I was just working out. It was horrible in there. They had horrible chemical products, not good for your hair. Like, I couldn't use no organic anything.
Yep.
It was all horrible, and like they had no vegan options for food, which was just terrible.
Did they confiscate your glitter?
Yeah, they did. They did. Like, it was horrible. Like, no glitter. Like, what kind of world do we live in where I can't have my own glitter and I'm not allowed vegan options?
It's a travesty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was eating like processed meat. Who does that? Like, gosh. Like. So pretty much Mist came, snuck in. I'm guessing he somehow he showed up with keys, so I'm guessing that he broke in, stole the keys from some guys, knocked some of them out, and helped me get out. And as soon as we escaped, I guess we came back towards this way when we heard letters that we needed to meet up with our what was he, an orc?
Yeah, orc. Yep, Grigori the orc.
We heard that the Grigori the orc needed our help. We went to go help him.
Yep. Cool.
Nice cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So when you were in jail, did you meet any characters while you were in there? Did you find anyone that was useful or helpful to you in any way?
Not really. It was just mainly people that they locked up, pretty much ready for them to rot away.
Yeah.
The only people at the jail I was at, they were just like, hey, we're just going to throw you in here. Pretty much, you're going to die in this place, so why take care of you?
Yeah, okay. So you didn't ally yourself with anyone, you're pretty much on your own the whole time?
Well, yeah, I mean, why would I align with anyone? They're
I don't know. Yeah.
Horrible carnivores who are just eating this processed meat without even thinking, second guessing it.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Feeding you Slim Jims.
Yeah. I mean, it's prison. Can you even call it meat? You know.
It was meat enough.
Meat enough. There's a joke in there, but I can't make it.
You can always make it.
All right. Cool. All right. Okay. We'll probably have some other questions later, but let's move on to Agnar. Agnar, what have you been doing for the last 2 years of your life?
Well, after everything happened, I ended up following Kratos as a god.
Oh my gosh.
I could see why that would happen.
After I started following him as a god, I ended up cutting off my long, luscious locks to prove my faith, and he granted me a bit of power.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
After following Kodroth around for a little while, he was granted a little bit more power. His axe actually ended up growing in size, and he realized that there were spirits within it that he could talk to.
Nice. Now, so for the group, why do you follow Kratos now?
Because he helps me murder way easier. Oh my god, it was great. Got into a bar fight this one time, guys. It was fantastic. Threw an axe through a dude, punched a guy so hard he died. It was fun.
Yeah.
And that is why Bless is still on my list.
Yep. All right, cool. All right.
I will also say that I now have Kratos' emblem on my scale mail loincloth.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Nice.
And that's all I wear.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, cool. Well, so Kodroth, you've got this new disciple. Tell us a little about Kodroth and tell us what kind of happened in your last campaign and what you've been doing for the last 2 years.
So, after being touched by the divine spark of Kratos,
You can stew
I
for that.
wanted to, oh my god. I wanted to reach out and become stronger. My goal is to become an exarch of Kratos. And I've got a disciple along with me. We've been spreading our Tyrannosaurus skin pamphlets far and wide, winning bar fights wherever we go.
Mist would like one of those pamphlets, please. I don't have one.
Oh, he's just gonna reach into the pouch and hand you one.
We have
All
plenty.
Thank you.
Thorn's gonna lean over.
Hold on.
You,
You'll have to hand it off when you meet because you haven't arrived yet.
Oh, okay, all right.
But
Don't worry, you'll find one on your pillow.
No kidding. Yeah, he'll give it to you even if you don't want it.
Yeah.
I'll give it from the murder.
It doesn't matter.
But we've been adventuring and spreading the word and love of Kratos
sure.
by axe and fist.
Yeah. So now you obviously you're I assume you're still part of the resistance, whatever's left of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how have things been going for the resistance lately?
It's not been going well.
Yeah. No, I would imagine not.
You know,
Turns out when you explode the entirety of it, it doesn't work out too well.
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Tends
no.
to happen.
So
We have been trying to recruit a small flock of followers to throw into the meat grinder.
nice.
It's mostly been for Kratos.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So let's talk to Melody. Melody, tell us a little bit about your character, and then tell us what you've been up to for the last 2 years.
All right, Elf Bard. Turns out I'm a more murdery bard than I thought. So probably, it's the group you hang with. So past couple of years, I've been kind of following them around. Now I've been doing more of the bard thing, writing music about Kratos and stuff. So guess they actually kind of got me on that one. But I write about them and I write about Kratos and my own murders. So
Nice. Cool. So now how is the barding going? Have you had any contact with your parents since all of this has been going on, or still estranged?
not really estranged. I think they're just proud that I'm, instead of just playing music and being sportive, I'm also being a little murdery because for whatever reason they were a lot better with that than the music.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. All right. Well then, Azar, tell us a little about your character, and then tell us what you've been up to for the past 2 years.
A half human, half elf. I've been hanging out with my parents. Learn a little bit more from my father, since some of you already know my father.
I don't know if you know, but I helped save him.
Daddy issues, man. I've been there.
Apparently.
I kind of helped, but mostly I just pretended to help.
No, I've been with them for a while. Been learning a little bit more from my dad. Got a little bit older. Just improving my skills.
Yeah.
He got me a new weapon, so he made since I sacrificed my other one for the group.
Yep. Nice. Cool. All right. What was the new weapon he made for you? What do you got?
He did improved us. I got a new, better staff.
Okay. Cool.
It's a lot better than what I had. It's a lot improved. So.
Yeah. Cool. Nice.
Got that new staff smell.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yep.
You might want to get checked out if you have a staff
It's
smell.
got that fresh polish on it,
Yeah. Nice. All right. Cool. Now, have any of you run into any complications regarding the government in the last time that you've been away? Or even steering clear? What's going on with that? Anyone have any
Government on Kratos.
Undoubtedly ran into trouble and burned them down.
We are not very popular in towns.
I have stuck to the shadows.
Yeah. Do any of you have wanted posters?
Of course.
Without a doubt, but because I'm so tall, they only have it of my loincloth.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Okay.
Just have, look for this loincloth, and then they have my gleaming head on the next one.
I might have a wanted
Whispers of
poster.
mist.
I don't know.
No wanted
I don't know
posters.
Right. Well, you were just
haven't-
recently broken out, right? So it's it's still fresh, right?
As you know from our previous adventures, we kind of have a group that doesn't exactly lay low on things.
No.
Wait. We try to.
Do we?
We just go for it. This is we just
We're mostly helping the war effort by aiding in attrition of enemy forces.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, you all sort of started riding in this town. I guess Azar, you're probably already here then, since you've been helping out your dad.
Yeah.
All right. So you're already in this town with your dad because this is where he is practicing, but you're all meeting up with Grigori the orc, and so you all arrive and you sort of meet him. He's in the inn where the bar is. So you walk in at different times. Who shows up first? Who's the first one to show up?
Sure, I'll take that. Why not?
All right. Cool.
I like Grigori. We were drinking together.
So you and are you and Thorin arriving together?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you guys, you walk in and Grigori's like, "Over here! Hey, I'm so glad you can make it." You say anything back to him?
Hey, buddy, how's it going? Got a cold beer?
He's like, "Always, always," and he slaps the table and tells the barkeep, he says, "2 for my friends over here." And so the barkeep pours some. Do
you have any with jalapenos?
Fucking hipster.
He has the barkeep, and the barkeep kind of looks at you strangely, and he says, "We got some mug root in the back. Is that something you'd want?"
Do a lot of people get that?
He says, no one ever gets that.
Then yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. So he goes in the back, and you hear some like chopping noise, and he comes out and like just kind of like slides it off into the drink, hands it to you.
That smells like shit. I'm gonna step back.
Yeah. So,
most stuff that hipsters eat does smell like shit, so it's okay.
Oh my god.
That's probably true.
I just lost Matt's video. Did everyone else lose him too, or just me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
It was all of us.
Okay.
hold up.
So anyways,
Let me log out. I'll be right back.
all right, just refresh your page. Just refresh your browser. It should work.
Okay.
Looks like he's still on the stream.
Also, in settings, you can do the reconnect, and it'll redo it without you doing anything.
Okay, I am.
There he is.
Back.
Oh,
Cool. That works out. All right. So so he looks at Thor in particular. And he says, I heard you were in jail.
I just got out.
So
After a year.
He says, did they let you out? Did you get out on parole?
Broke out.
Why would
Why would
they
they let me out?
We'll just say it's good behavior.
Hey.
The best.
He says, that sounds about right for you and your group.
Yes.
So you guys are sitting there and you're sort of reminiscing and talking, and about that time, who shows up next?
Why not Melody?
Sure.
All right. So Melody. So Melody's. Was Melody with you guys, or is she on her own?
I
think
assumed
we were
that
all
we would be
together.
sneaking in the back.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I assumed me and Agnor just like walk in the front door, pamphlet in hand.
Yeah. Well, so maybe Melody walks in while you're outside still handing out pamphlets. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So, so Melody walks in, and Grigori says you, and he says, "Oh, my bard friend, come on over and join us." He says, "Where's your crew at?"
They're spreading the word. You know, they're getting those pamphlets out there.
Oh yes, that Kratos.
I hate people who do that.
That Kratos. Yes, I don't believe in him myself, but it seems to have worked wonder for you.
Certainly did. You know, the story of the kneecap has gotten us many a knight's coin for stays at inns.
Yep. Cool. And then some little more time passes, and maybe Kodroth and Agnar have handed out pamphlets to everyone that could possibly be handed pamphlets to.
Some of them twice.
Yeah, some of them twice, maybe. Yeah. And then gone and picked up the pamphlets that people have thrown on the ground, to repass them out, maybe. So yeah, you guys come in. The group's pretty entangled in conversation at this moment, so no one sees you enter necessarily. What do you guys do?
I begin handing out pamphlets.
As he's handing them out, I walk to the bar and order a pint for me and him.
All right, cool. And as you order,
Kratos believes in many things. Drinking and killing are 2 of them.
and as you order, Grigori notices your presence. He's like, "Oh, there's the rest of them. I see him there." And
Saved a pamphlet just for you.
yeah, he's like, "Nah, I'm good. I've got 5. I don't need any more." And so you guys start chatting too, and perhaps sharing stories of your adventures with each other, kind of getting to know everyone. And then Azar, I imagine you're probably walking in, probably about now.
Yeah, I'm walking in now.
Maybe you finished a shift of blacksmithing with your dad, so maybe you're still a little dirty and tired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you come in. Who notices Azar first?
I'll shout out, Azar, boy, how's it going?
Well, what's up, man? I'm tired, man. I need a drink.
Nice.
Drink for the man.
So Azar gets himself a drink. What are you drinking, Azar?
I'm drinking a big pint of whatever they got on tap, boy.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Hold the
Pabst
mug
Blue
root.
Ribbon.
Yeah. Well, because it's Grigori's favorite place. It's probably Orcish Ale. It's pretty hard and pretty stout. Yeah.
Stella Artois.
All right, cool. So the night carries on. You guys are conversing and talking. Is there anything that y'all want to say to each other, ask each other, ask Grigori while you're sort of in this casual setting?
Without a doubt, both of you have received pamphlets from us.
Yeah. So
I deny it. I don't accept the pamphlet.
I guess you also have a problem that they're made of T-Rex
I
leather.
don't believe in that.
That's
I
fair.
also
That's
said
fair.
they're made out of T-Rex leather, so.
yeah.
Murder isn't for everyone.
So
No, it's just
Mist, you get your pamphlet finally.
Oh, I actually have 10 already. I took them out of their pockets when I walked in.
Nice.
My gosh.
And, you guys heard the ballad of the kneecap.
Yeah.
You know.
I lean over to Mist and whisper to him, "Don't believe in that. Everyone gets suckered in. It's just global warming."
So Mist, as you thumb through the pamphlets, do you see anything that intrigues you?
Just that the leather looks awesome, and I'm really glad that I took 10.
Yeah. So now, are you going to deconstruct the pamphlet to extract the leather?
Yeah, that's going to happen.
He does like to take them. So.
I do. I think my new wallet is gonna, my pouch that I hold all my gold in is gonna be called T-Rex leather now.
Yeah.
Oh hey.
When my height, you can make some armor for me.
It's a bag of T-Rex holding, which is ironic because T-Rexes can't hold anything.
It's a lesser holding bag.
Yeah, right.
The T-Rex bag of lesser holding. All right, cool. All right, so the night carries on, and the patrons sort of start leaving the inn, and so as you guys are sort of the only ones left, Grigori sort of says, "All right, I think we've had enough fun. It's time to get down to brass tacks. If you'll just follow me." And so he starts walking to sort of a room that's behind the bar in the back. And do you all follow?
Yes.
Grabbing a pitcher of ale as I go.
Yeah, no kid. I'm gonna take my drink with me.
Yeah, I follow.
We all take our drink with us. I mean,
Right.
that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. All right, cool. Right, yeah. So you get to the back room, and Grigori kind of tells you, he's like, "Now look, I got some heavy stuff to tell you. It's not looking good for our world. All right."
That's when we brought a drink.
Yeah. He says, I've been talking to my contacts and resources. I've lived a long time, and I know a lot of people. And collecting information is sort of one of the things that I do. He says, of course, Melody, Agnar, Azar, Kadroth, you witnessed it firsthand. Baelor has returned, and he's vowed to wipe out all living life on the planet. And he means business. I'm sure you can remember your last encounter and what that meant for the Resistance. And then he sort of looks over at Mist and Thorin, and he says, "And you both have also suffered at the hands of the acolytes of the Fomorian gods. It's only because of them that you're in this timeline now, and it's not looking good. And the other problem we have to contend with is the Minotaurs and the dwarves. Their god they serve, Lu. He's mounting an army to fight against Baelor, but the destruction that'll be left in their wake will leave hardly anything alive. And of course, it is only because of him that this war on magic has been happening, and mostly one. That's why so many of us have to go into hiding and stay in the shadows. He says, "Do you guys have any thoughts on what's going on? Have you heard anything, any intel or any stirrings?"
Well, with me being in prison, I had heard stories about what maybe had been happening, just from like people being brought in, stuff like that.
Yeah. What have you heard?
So this demon dude is the reason we're here, right? The one that they rose.
Yeah. What's that? It's Baylor.
Fomorian.
Baylor the Fomorian,
Gotcha.
and then also, like I said, he's going to war with Lu, the sort of dryad god who's part of the Tuatha De Danann. So.
Okay. I heard that they were just going from town to town, taking over as much as they can.
Yeah.
Just gathering a bigger and bigger army as he goes along, because pretty much making either people join him or they die. So
Yep.
that's pretty much what I've been hearing.
Right. Yep. He says, yeah, that definitely confirms sort of some of the things that I've been hearing. But I did receive some news recently. It seems as though there's going to be a summit. It seems the two gods are going to meet on an island north of this land, and they're going to set the terms of their war. He says, I feel at this time they'd be the most vulnerable. Certainly, if we were to intervene, now would be the time. I just don't know that this world can survive without the mortal races standing up and fighting for themselves, because none of our lives are being taken into concern in this battle. What say you?
Well, I guess I'm in. That'll die, right?
Yep.
I'll help you out.
I need some revenge after that year of torture.
This is kind of what we do.
Shit, let's do it.
I can't leave him half ass kicked. I gotta finish it.
Yeah.
Yes, I assume we would have been trying to hunt him down to finish kicking his ass anyways.
Because I knew.
Kind of, didn't get to finish.
Yep. I,
Take a drink and let's say, let's do it. Come on.
Yeah.
Mist says if there's no treasure involved, he's not going to do it again.
Yeah.
We can make
You know what they say about not leaving your partner finished?
Yeah. Well, he says to Mist, I know what motivates you. Don't worry. I have something for you too. The gods are very, very wealthy, and the spoils would be more than you could count.
Oh, okay, cool. That's even better.
I'm
Awesome.
going to stab the shit out of the god then. Let's go do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he's sort of
Well,
yeah.
before we leave, I want to
Oh,
stack up
you're
on
leaving. There's still
material.
more. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's still more. There's more. He said because you're still in the back room with Grigori. He says.
Okay.
He says, all right. So I've formulated a plan, a little bit, but part of the reason I've called you here is because I know you all to be very resilient, and please don't take this the wrong way. You're like cockroaches. You just won't die. So of all the adventurers I
Sounds
know,
about right.
You're not incorrect.
No.
you guys have survived the most. So he says, so let me show you what we're up against. And so he pulls out a map, and he unfurls it on the table, and and I click things. That's what happens. All right, cool. So it says here is a map of the continent and sort of the things to the north. If you look here in the town of Felja, you can sort of see that here on the map. That's where we are. To the north, you have the Tar capital. That's where the capital city is. I think a number of you have been there. And then to the east, we have the town of Parthel. It's a seafaring town. It's probably the best place for us to set sail. It's got a more neutral standing on magic users and stuff like that. So it's probably going to be one of the better places. And from there we can set sail to the island where this summit is to happen. The summit is happening in 2 weeks. It's gonna be a little bit of a travel time. Also, looking at the map, you all see the Tar Empire and the Republic of Duarden. This is the continent that the Minotaurs and the dwarves rule. They sort of split it down the middle. The Minotaurs are the Tar Empire. That's the land that they rule over, and the Republic of Duarden is where the dwarves sort of rule. We get some feedback. So if you look also on the map, you notice the town of Ignis. Ignis is the destroyed town. It's the town that the Tanglewood group started in. It's also the town that the Fall from Grace party burned to the ground. Yep. So, and then...
very aptly named town.
Yep. Sort of to the southwest of that is approximately where the Tanglewood Forest / Forgotten Forest is. It's the forest where the Tanglewood group obviously spent their entire mission. Is the forest where the Fall from Grace group went back in time. So, but it is not on the map because, as we know, its existence has sort of been erased from time and space, and it's pretty hard to find mostly. So you'll have to make the journey to Parthel and board a ship and make your way to the island. That's sort of where we are at the moment. So at this time, do y'all have any questions for Grigori? And we lost Dylan.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Grigori, how have you lived this long? I've been wondering this for quite a while.
So he looks at you and sort of with a half-cocked smile, he says, there are some secrets even I can't divulge.
Rape.
I don't like that answer. It's not good. We're supposed to trust each other.
Yep.
I'm good with that answer.
Yep. So now he doesn't. Well, how long do orcs normally live in this world?
I'm gonna guess not 200 years.
Yeah. Well, he's about 230 at this point. Maybe 232.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. We met him when he was a
I
young.
live to be 23.
You don't look a day over 40.
No. I mean, he looks old. He's gray and wrinkled. He's an older dude for sure.
And so am I at this point. Codroth is 50.
We lost Dylan.
Codroth
We
is
can still hear him.
older than 50, actually. Codroth's like 65, isn't he?
He was 45 in the last game.
Are you sure?
That was the age you suggested, and I wrote it down on my sheet when you suggested it.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure you said 65, but okay.
I'm not
He is
going to be
reverted in age.
murdering people.
Why don't you go and get some candy? Stick your hand in the pocket and we'll talk about what pops up.
I got some pamphlets and murder in the basement.
Pamphlets and murder.
Ooh, I'm in.
All right. So, any more questions at the time about the map or locations or anything like that?
Does he know anything of extreme danger that we should be aware of?
He says so he tells you, of course, you've traveled these lands, you know what they hold. He says, now as for the sea, he says, listen, orcs don't like water, all right? I don't travel the seas, and I don't know much about it, I've got a contact that you'll be meeting in Parthel to charter a ship. Perhaps they could tell you more, but orcs and water don't mix.
How far are we from this town?
So Parthel is going to be about a 4 to 5 days travel. So,
Okay.
and then once you get on the ship, it'll probably take you about a week or so on the ship to get to the island.
Gotcha.
All right.
I'm gonna ask if Kratos' name has spread any since it's been a couple of years.
So he says, I've heard murmurings of this Kratos. I don't like I said, I don't believe in him myself. But I do. I've seen some of the younger people speak of him. To my knowledge, it's a fairly newer god. I've only really
High
even
five,
heard of
go
him.
draw.
I've really only even heard of him in the
Yep,
last
high five.
5 or 6 years. So
Sweet.
People are wearing the kneecap amulets. Become a thing now.
We specifically slayed more just to get more kneecaps.
Kneecap harvesting's become a problem in the region.
yeah.
You own 100% of the kneecap harvesting department. Like that's just you guys.
Actually, surprisingly, only 98.
So
There's this really crazy.
so hobgoblins are pretty rare in the world. Are you getting kneecaps from hobgoblins, or are you just getting kneecaps from just random people and things?
Well, we take kneecaps from everybody, but hobgoblins
Kneecaps are
hold a particular
kneecaps.
place.
Yeah.
We each have one hobgoblin kneecap and about 150 cat kneecaps.
Oh, like
Oh
poor
my God.
cats.
The original members have the hobgoblin kneecaps. The other kneecaps are knockoff kneecaps. Or
We had to find something to pass out to the followers.
They're kneecaps. They're not even kneecaps. They're just kneecaps.
Mist
Are they-
wants a real kneecap.
must earn the real
None of
kneecap.
that fake stuff.
Hobgoblin.
Are the fake kneecaps on little chains with a little ring on it so you can attach stuff to it?
The mark of Kratos is a kneecap now.
Okay. Good to know.
Hey, music is great for marketing. That's all I have to say.
You find a pile of
You're not
kneecaps.
wrong.
No.
Take note of that. Fake kneecap.
At some point, we're gonna get that chase scene, and I'm just gonna drop a bag of kneecaps for them to slip on. Calling it now.
Hey, that should be if you fight somebody. I'm gonna drop a bag of kneecaps on you.
Yeah.
I'm about to
All right.
open a can of kneecaps.
So now
Have you been saved? No, your kneecap is mine.
Yep. So now you so he sort of he says Grigori says, now I don't know, what you're gonna do when you get there. You could join one side or the other, or you could fight both sides. I don't know what's gonna happen. But all I know is that, as mortals, we can't just let our fate be decided for us. This has got to be something that we have a hand in. So he sort of closes with that. If you have anything else to discuss with him, you can. But if not, then he's going to sort of dismiss everyone at this time. Any
Yeah, I
more?
don't have anything else.
I do want to get some materials for my cup chucks
Yep.
before we leave.
Okay, so it's the middle of the night now. You could maybe do something in the morning. Now, I will tell you, the town you're in is very poor. They don't have a standard market. But Azar's father is a blacksmith, so he could.
He's also an asshole that overcharges and takes too long.
Yeah.
Hey, watch how you open your mouth about my father.
Oh no, I was just.
Why don't you
I was
go
just
ask him
talking
about some spider eggs? Making some.
I was just
breakfast.
talking about liquor material, so I can
Okay.
make drinks.
Okay, cool.
Not actual new cup chucks, but just
Yeah.
stuff I can make drinks and stuff I want to buy.
Because then you also, so the town of Parthol is a pretty large town. So if you wanted to visit a market there, that's a potential possibility.
That sounds
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
It's gonna take us a couple days to get there, so we'll have
Yeah.
to re-up supplies anyways.
Yeah.
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 True.
So now you could stay at the inn. Possibly Azar's gracious enough to offer you some room and board at his parents' house. Who knows? They live in this town. So,
Let's be honest, Azar does not offer Kadrith room there.
For that matter, the town does not like that we're there passing out pamphlets constantly.
I did have a question.
Alright.
So Thorin, you were rich. What happened to all your money? Because you went to jail.
I don't have any of that money anymore.
Oh man, that's so sad. There's so
Terrible.
much money.
He's
Yeah.
got to
I
start
know.
a new oxygen bar.
Yeah.
He gave it to Miss secretly.
Yeah. Your group. Let's see. Meep wouldn't have any money because Meep died before the money was found. And then.
I could interject and say Miss might have swiped that bag of money and not told Warren
Oh,
about it on his way in.
I can see that.
So,
But here's the thing: if Miss found out that that bag of money belonged to Thorin, would he still keep it?
He'd give half back.
Okay. That's better than nothing.
all right, let's roll to see if you did manage to swipe that bag.
Oh my god!
All right, 2d6.
Here we go.
Let's do 2d6 on your.
So it begins.
On your dexterity.
It doesn't matter. That's 6.
Yeah. So yeah, you did not get that money. Mm-mm.
I got nothing in
Let's see
this
if Miss
agreement.
cries.
Yeah.
Miss does cry about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
You get a 10.
Poor
You
man.
get a perfect cry. It's the best cry ever. You feel better. It's a cry so
Cathartic,
good.
really.
You feel better afterwards, though. You definitely feel better
Yeah.
after that cry.
I do want to lick Miss tears because orphan tears cure everything.
Oh, that's true. I am an orphan.
Does it cure
I
your
assume I'm
poverty?
an orphan.
Well,
No.
Does it cure
Mist,
goblin
It's like
syphilis?
healthcare; it does nothing.
does Mist allow you to lick his tears?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
That's right. He's been through a lot.
You lick his tears and get your beard all over
The
his face.
rarest of delicacies.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So you all retire for the night. Then
Bottles come for later.
And so you wake up the next morning, and you sort of meet with Gregoria one last time. You all sort of meet in the blacksmith shop. He's there with Agnar, and then also Finn's parents are there, who Mist will know. They're there as well, and they work for the Resistance. Would any of you know him? Codroth might know them.
I know his parents because I fought with his dad in the war.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you would know Finn's parents as well. And do we still have Dylan? You still there?
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
still here. I wasn't going to interrupt. I mean, I was the one that got him out of the cart.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about. So there's a character named Finn from the
Right.
the last campaign that Mist was with.
Oh.
He's an elf, and these are his elven parents, but they are also part of the Resistance. So.
Cool.
Um,
Well, then they'd probably know too because we.
know them, and they probably look at me like a rogue agent.
Yeah. Now they've probably spent the last year or so in prison in like a goblin prison camp. So, but certainly they would have been around before that.
Well, they would have heard of us. We've been running around murdering and recruiting.
Yeah. So,
And we're the sole survivors of the nuking of the camp.
Yeah.
Wait, are we the bad guys?
what do you mean?
Well, I mean, he said they've been going around murdering and recruiting, and that's what I've been hearing that the evil people have been doing in prison. I'm like, are we the bad guys?
We're the good murder and recruit.
They're running recruiting for Kratos, not for Baelor or Lu.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were fighting against that guy, but then
Still looking to kick him in the balls.
yeah.
Okay.
But
I
you
just
messed
need to
up my
make sure
altar.
which side I'm on.
Yeah. All right. So, and they all sort of bid you farewell, and give you sort of encouragement and that kind of stuff. So now, how are you getting to Parthel? Are you walking? Are you gonna like charter some travel, or what's going on?
It probably wouldn't be good to have multiple resistance members traveling in like a train or something.
Yeah, but there's like carriages and there's horses and there's that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We could probably get a carriage, and
Yeah.
or we can all ride on our own horses. Try and see if we can get horses.
I'm trying to do that.
Never skip leg day, madam.
I've got a couple
I
horses. at the
only
house.
skip leg day.
So as you're sort of searching for options to travel, there's definitely a horse stable. You could probably buy some horses or charter some horses. But I think Mists recognizes a merchant. There's an old troll merchant, crotchety, angry dude, and he's like slowly loading his cart, holding his back. He looks tired.
Jeez.
Looks tired.
That's always a good sign. You
Yeah.
should go talk to him.
So,
Okay.
Now you don't have to. You can just be like, you know what? Don't talk to that guy. We'll just get
Who's
some
the
horses.
strongest person in this group, strength-wise?
I have a
I
I
have
can
a,
tell you no.
I got 12.
I got an
I have
18.
16.
The midget is stronger than me. This makes no sense.
I have an 18. I've been in prison, man. I had a hard life. Shut up. Thug life.
Thorin, come with me. You're gonna have to help this old troll dude lift some stuff. He might take with him if you pledge your services for the trip.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Audra sighs, dejectedly flexing.
I'm gonna walk up with a pamphlet in my hand.
Oh God.
So it sees
Missed one.
He sees your group
I'm
and
gonna play music.
he recognizes Mist. And he says, "You again? Who are your new friends? Aren't you the ones who caused trouble in the capital last time?"
You can't prove that.
Oh, yeah, no, we didn't cause trouble. The others caused trouble. We put the trouble out.
He goes,
We're the good guys.
I don't know.
We flip it.
But I
I
got this little dude right here that's more than willing to help you load and unload your cargo for, transportation.
So he looks at him, and he looks him up and down, and he says, "What is this glittery monstrosity you've brought to me?"
Hey,
He's a very small
the glitter.
Hey, don't knock the glitter until you try it, buddy.
but he's much stronger than he looks, I promise.
He says, he puts his hand into his thing, and he says, all right, my back is killing me. I'll give him a shot. So now you need to roll 2d6 on your strength.
All right. So we got. I got a 10.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Wow.
So
nice.
so what do you pick up to display your massive ability?
Ooh,
What's
me,
the heaviest?
me.
Wait. Who? Am I saying who do I pick up?
Or what? You can pick up anything.
Listen, I'm like 6 foot.
I pick up one of. How many horses does he have with him?
He's got 4.
All right, I pick up one of his horses to show him that I can. I'm good enough to do what I need to.
So yeah, he sees you perform your feat of strength, and his eyes sort of widen, and he says, "I silence Dylan." That's what he says. There we go. All right, cool.
As I'm just like lifting this horse workout. It's my morning workout.
He says, "That'll do. That will do." He says, "Grab those boxes. Put them in my cart."
All right. So I put the horse down.
Yeah. All right, and you load the cart, I assume.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So I threw it on the ground. No, I load them up.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Welcome
totally...
to the real world, jackass.
Now the horse is spoiled because
You
the horse
can't
wants
buy
to be picked
me
up.
stable,
I'm glad
man.
murder wasn't the first option, because you could have murdered him and just taken this cart, obviously.
No, that's
Is that still on the table?
No.
no.
What does he have?
Do it. Wait a minute.
Withered old man. There's no real victory in it.
He's got boxes full of stuff. You don't know what that stuff is, right?
Who's the weakest?
Intriguing. Okay.
Yeah.
Physically weakest.
Physically weakest would probably be Melody.
Yeah, probably.
I'd
It's a
say
9.
it's even with the old man. If she wins, she deserves it.
There you go. Fight this old man.
Place your bets. Place your bets.
All right, cool. All right, so where is there? Okay. So yeah, you all sort of board the cart after it's been loaded, and you sort of start your journey from Felja to Parthel. 2 days in, you run into some trouble. What is the trouble?
Yay!
Of course.
A squirrel is blocking the road.
It's Team Rocket,
And we
and
don't
they're
wanna
here to
roll
make
them
it
over?
double.
That's an
Listen.
Move out the way.
Listen, that may cause trouble because I like cute animals. I might want to catch it.
You'll run off. I know you
You
will.
go in the kidnap bag.
So a squirrel is minor inconvenience. This is like
Get the
trouble,
cat
right?
out the
Trouble.
way.
Well, I
Seven
could
squirrels.
be chasing the squirrel and run into another T-Rex.
A tree
Oh, look,
has
more
fallen in our
pamphlets.
path.
Okay, cool. So a tree falls. It's a pretty large tree. Probably something larger. It's like an elder tree, so something larger than you can just lift up. So what are you doing by this tree?
We
I'm
all
gonna
lifted.
take my axe
Yeah, right.
and chop it up.
Let's all get out there and bless this tree.
All right, cool.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We don't have
Never
a
a
saw.
good thing.
Give the tree a pamphlet.
No, I have another idea.
What is your idea?
Everyone stand back.
Oh God.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast fireball on the tree.
Wait, you cast what on it?
I cast fireball.
Oh,
Oh,
my
God.
gosh.
And now we're in a burning forest. You jackass.
Away from the fireball, very far away.
Does it? Well, does
On the
it?
bright side,
So you.
I wasted my best roll on a fucking tree. I got a 12 plus 3. I got a 15.
Okay. All right. All right. So yeah.
So
you-
I can choose.
If anybody's
Go ahead.
burning this shit over here, it's me.
So I took an ability where I can choose to take a negative and double the effect.
Why?
I'm going to take an ongoing -1 to deal 4d6 damage to the tree.
Oh my god.
And that is a total of 4, 9,
This isn't
17
Kirby, man.
damage to the tree.
All right. So
The tree becomes powder.
the tree, the entire tree, just almost spontaneously combusts from all of the fire, right? Catching some of the surrounding stuff on fire as well.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
You can prevent forest fires, you dumbass.
The downside to this, of course, is that you can't really pass through the fire. So you're gonna have to wait till this burns down to the ground
Okay.
before you can pass through it. So you're just stuck
Need
here
marshmallows.
with this massive fire.
Azar, control it.
So well,
I mean-
so yes, that is something he can do. Also, if you want to pull marshmallows out of your adventuring bag, you can, but that will just
Oh
increase it
my
by
god.
one.
No.
Okay.
No, don't do it.
Yes,
I'm
I
not
will.
wasting good
Of
marshmallows
course you
on
will.
fire.
And everyone who has an adventuring bag, you can replenish that up to 5 uses at this point because it's been years. So,
Cool.
all right. So are we controlling the fire? Or are we just letting it burn down? What's happening with that?
I mean,
Mist is staying back in the shadows.
Same here.
It's broad daylight. There aren't very many shadows.
Oh, there's fucking shadows. I'll find them.
He can hide in the smoke.
Stand behind Agnar. I cast a large shadow.
You doing
I
a
mean,
Zuko style?
does everybody care about waiting, or do you just want to keep going?
I vote we move on. Standing still
Man,
is how we get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Fine.
I mean, I can conjure it up.
All right, so you can do a Zuko style, and if you do that, I'll let you sort of accelerate the fire so that it rapidly burns it and dissipates.
Okay, we can do it that way.
All right, so roll on whatever you're supposed to roll for that. I don't know what you're shooting anymore. You roll.
Meanwhile, back in Pelja, Gondor calls for aid.
You're all seasoned at this game, so you're responsible for your own character sheets at this point.
It's on.
Okay.
Then Mist is level 20.
Bullshit.
Damn. Holy shit.
Level 10's the max.
Well, then 10. Let me add 5 more abilities real quick.
You're in character of reading what you're supposed to be able to do.
All
do whatever he wants.
8.
All right. So with an 8, you'll sort of get what you want, but with the consequence, right? So
Yeah.
all right. So what do? Do you accelerate it? I mean, how does this happen? Explain it to me.
Yeah. So I accelerate the fire and I use it. I just intensify the heat on it, just to get it going.
All right, cool. So yeah, the fire burns very bright and very hot. Burns everything to the ground pretty quickly, and then dissipates, leaving just ashes behind. The downside of this, of it burning so bright and intense, is that you've
It's a beacon.
yep you've caught the attention of some passing sort of guards. They're on the road and they're passing by, and so they sort of are walking up to the area to inspect what's gone on. There's just 3 of them. You've got as they walk up, you can see that one of them is a minotaur, and then they've got two dwarves with them. The minotaur, two dwarves. What do you do?
Miss says, "Move along. There's nothing to see here."
Part 2, Fireball Boogaloo.
These aren't the people you're looking for.
Yeah.
I loot some of the ashes.
I'm gonna try and persuade him to leave.
Okay. All right. So roll on charisma for the persuading to leave.
All right. By the way, I bumped my charisma up to a 16.
Sure.
Why
So that's
not?
a 9.
All right. All right. So you well, what do you say to him? What do you say?
I say, this is a religious burning for our god Kratos, and pull out 2 pamphlets. Please, join us in prayer.
Cool. All right.
They don't like that.
So they decline the pamphlets, and they sort of like they look like maybe they don't necessarily believe you, but they sort of like start moving on. And as they're sort of just leaving, one of the dwarves looks at Kadroth and he says, "You look familiar. Who are you?"
I immediately hide my loincloth. Just, whoop.
So what does Kadroth say?
Audrith, honestly, his response is probably slowly just like walking around them and just mace to the back of the head.
Sure. So roll.
Oh, great.
Roll your
Starting stuff.
Roll your hack and slash.
You know how I rolled 6 and 6 last time?
Did
Yeah.
you just do that?
We all build ourselves on this chaos plateau 1 and 1. So I
Oh
got a 4.
no!
Yeah. So you swing your mace, and as you do so, the Minotaur catches sight of it, holds his hand out, and catches the mace before it hits his friend, and then he takes it and slings it and you off into the distance, and you're gonna take a little bit of the damage on that.
Miss says, "Good job throwing that asshole."
Yeah, so you take 2 damage. You can ignore your armor on that though, or deck your armor. So
Okay.
So before anything else happens, Thorn wants to shake and make a drink and hand it to the guys, because when he does that, when I share a drink with someone, you may parlay with them using con instead of charisma.
okay, all right. So which one are you making the drink for?
The one he tried to attack, to sort of smooth it over and be like,
Okay.
"Hey, he's an idiot.
All
Don't
right.
worry about him.
Yeah.
Keep
Okay.
on going. Your other buddies were going, because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if he's like whatever, they'll all just go."
Yeah. Okay. So as this is happening, you're making the drink. So let's roll for that.
All right. 6. I got an 8.
All right. So what does it say on your sheet for an 8?
For
seven-
an 8.
7
It
to
just
9.
says when you share a drink. It just says when you share a drink with someone, you may parlay with them
yeah.
using
So
con instead of.
okay. Yeah. So yeah, I guess you're parlaying with the 8, right? So you're parlaying with
Yeah.
the 8. And what's your and that was with your Constitution modifier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what do you say to him?
I'm just like, hey, wait a minute. Our friend here, he's had a little bit too much. Here, take this drink as a token, so you guys can keep on doing what you need to do.
Okay. So yeah, he takes he
To
takes
help him out.
he takes the drink, and he sort of looks at it a little suspiciously. But you take a drink of yours also to sort of show him that it's safe. And so he takes a swig and he says, "Oh, it's pretty good. And so he passes it to his friends. They try it, and they're not doing anything hostile, but they're still sort of like lingering for the moment. They're still trying to flesh out what's going on. Does anyone else do anything at this time?
I charm them with music.
Sure.
All right.
I've gone to check on Kodroth.
13.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you're gonna soothe them, and they're gonna carry on after this. Describe it to me.
Well, I'm like, we're just kind of going about our business. We're just, hanging out, in a group around a fire. It's just a religious gathering. Nothing really to see here. I'm playing music. I'm really playing, and we have our fire going and being peaceful right now.
Yeah.
There's no reason to worry about what's going on here.
All right, cool. So yeah, they definitely they feel soothed. They feel sort of relaxed. They sort of, the drink is starting to set in.
Oh yeah.
And the music's sort of carrying them away, and so they sort of bid you good day, and they sort of tell you, keep that crazy cleric in check. Well, no, they wouldn't say he was a cleric because they would arrest him. They say, keep the crazy old man in check. Don't let him drink so much. And they sort of carry off at that point, and you're sort of free.
I produce a just bottle of whiskey from my adventuring gear.
All right, mark one off of that. All right, cool. So you carry on. You keep on your travels to Parthel, and you don't really run into much trouble along the way. It's just a nice easy ride. You have to stop making camp a couple of times, and you eat sort of like basic necessities with the old troll guy. He doesn't ask you about your business. Now, do you guys ask him any questions in your travels?
What kind of wares do you have?
He says, well, I transport all kinds of things. I myself don't personally do a lot of selling anymore. I mostly do a lot of transport. Right now, I'm transferring some of the finest silks. There's this shindig going on, and some very important people have requested these fine robes. I don't know what it's about. I don't ask questions. I just do what I'm told.
Doesn't sound suspicious at all.
I'm wondering about these robes.
Say what now?
Do you have any robes in crimson?
He says, well, these aren't for me. Like I said, I don't sell them. They're from what I understand, they're highly expensive, and they've already been purchased.
That's disappointing.
I'm gonna look to Mist and just give that look of, he said expensive. Are we doing this?
I want a shiny new robe.
Mist is gonna shake his head. He knows this guy as it happens.
Oh man.
You say it ain't happening?
I'm not doing it. Nope.
Yeah, if Mist says he's not doing it, I'm definitely not doing it. Like that's a no-go for me, guys.
Just gonna lean to Kodroth and be like, this seems to be a very unmurdery bunch.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know what
we
happened
just don't
here.
murder innocents.
I'm just gonna lean into Melody and cast Bless and be like, let Kratos guide your hand. With
Wait,
a 12.
What's Melody doing?
What am I doing? I'm scared.
I don't know what you're doing.
Just let nice wink and a
I feel
nod.
like this is gonna end badly for Melody.
I'm sorry. I don't have daddy troll issues, so.
All right, well, you're blessed. So on your next roll, you'll get some plus, I guess.
Okay.
Wow.
For the time being.
It doesn't say it has to be combat, just cough, cough.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, as you're because I think Bless, you're required to touch her, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you sort of touch Melody and you're blessing her, and there's some like glowing going on, and The troll kind of looks back and he says, "Hey, hey, no hanky panky in my cart. I'll have none of that."
Look at him and say, "I will fuck wherever I so please in Kratos' name and whip my dick out."
Oh no! All right. Does anyone want to?
You and this global warming conspiracy you keep talking about, like, it's all fake. Don't you know that? Like, the God that you believe in isn't real.
Man, I tell you, soy's not real. Okay.
The hell is global warming?
What you believe in—that's what global warming is.
So the troll sort of yells back at the group to get the bald one under control. Because he's mouthing off and he's already attacked like some guards on the road, and if there's one more incident, he's kicking him off the cart. Did any of y'all do anything at this point?
I look at Calbroth and shake my head. No, stop.
I'm gonna laugh at the fact you said kick.
All right.
Is this dude like a superpowers or something?
I don't know. I'm scared. If Mist doesn't,
I'm like, what's going on?
There's like something that we don't know about this guy.
He's just an old dude, merchant guy. All right. So
yeah, that travels.
That's what they
by
all
himself.
say until he turns into a god.
I know.
Yes, he
I'm
travels
like,
by
"Please
himself
bless
with
me."
no
I'm like,
guards,
I won't
with
sleep with him,
expensive
but I might
stuff.
kill him.
Yeah.
I would definitely not mess with him.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So do you arrive at Parthel without any other incidents, or is it something?
I guess so.
Along the way, I'm just gonna ask him if he's a wizard.
He looks at you, mildly perplexed, and he says, "You know magic's illegal, right?"
Oh. Okay, so can I do charming? Can I do charming and open to also ask if he's a wizard?
Sure.
So's murder, but I do it all the time.
Don't say that.
Oh, I got double sixes. I got a 12.
All right, cool.
Woo!
So how does that read on your sheet? The
Okay, charming and open. When you speak frankly with someone, you can ask the player questions from the list below. They must answer truthfully, and then you may ask the question from the list. Goodness. So apparently, are you a wizard is not one of the questions.
Yeah.
But
I would assume not.
It's pretty specific.
Are you magical? Beyond that,
it's not.
Is there a question that would boost me asking him?
I was about to say, since he just said, "Are you a wizard?" What are you feeling right now? I would like to ask that question.
He's feeling amused.
Dang it!
Before we get to Parth I have one thing I want to do. I want to try to ask Kratos whether or not we should murder the troll.
Okay. All right. So
I want to cast guidance.
Yeah, sure.
And I have a blessing.
Lord.
That's a 7.
Cool. So Kratos doesn't speak to you directly, but you definitely get a feeling that maybe you shouldn't murder the troll.
I just look over to Agnar like, not this one, and push his axe down.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Never get to murder anymore.
This whole trip has been wasted.
Yeah. So, you finally arrive at Parthel, and you sort of enter the city in the cart. As you sort of get just past the gates, the troll sort of asks you to unload his stuff. There's like a loading area, and so I assume you unload it. Yeah, you're not gonna give this guy any trouble.
Yep, I'll help.
I'll unload it.
Yeah, I'll be nice.
Yep. So you unload all your wares. Parthel being a seafaring town, there are a lot of goods coming and going from this area. There are some continents, 2 continents to the east. They are not under the Minotaur or Dwarven control. They're pretty mysterious, other than like some goods come and go from that area, but you don't really know a lot about it. And not really encountered anyone from the area to your knowledge, anyways. So you're in the town. It's a pretty big town. A lot of things going on. Is there anything you'd like to do, sort of, while you're in town?
I'd like to spot a little lore and see if there's any people in the city that are still doing magical enchantments.
Okay. All right. So spout some lore.
All right. So
2d6 on your what is that? Intellect. Yep.
Yeah, that's working.
Yep. Cool. All right. So you've been here before. This is sort of where you began your last campaign at. Obviously, magic is illegal.
Oh, I know.
Right. But you do know that there is a sort of a magic guild that meets in secret. It sort of meets underneath there's like a library in town, and so it meets like in the basement of the library. There could be some help for you there if you went and did that.
I would like to go do that.
Okay. All right.
Maybe slip off on my own, or
Yeah, you can, or
I'll go. I'll go with them.
All
I'll
right.
go
all
with them.
right. So me and Azar will go do that.
All right. So they're gonna head off in that direction. What's everybody else doing?
Ask around for a nice fighting ring.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
I'll go with him.
All right.
I am
You won't find out because no one talks about Fight Club.
Yeah. You can certainly ask Misk if he knows about anything that's going on in that way.
Hey, Miss, before you go, do you know of any fighting rings?
Yeah. So there's some street thugs that like to run these streets, and they actually do have a club that meets out behind this old abandoned building, in between the ghetto and the nice rich place, and they fight in there.
Ah,
Oh, wow.
Nice.
It's called the Redo.
All right. Cool. So do you guys head off in that direction then?
Oh, definitely.
Our two fighters. All right. So
I had to save my bloodthirst.
Yep. So Melody and Kodroth, what are you guys doing?
Oh, I'm going for the fight ring.
Okay.
I want to see if there's a bard group
All right.
that I can see if I can recruit and make any of them kind of murdery.
So you want to meet up with the Bards Guild. Now does Miss know of any Bards Guild in the area?
There are a plethora of singers that gather on the docks, and I believe some of them are very high-class bards that play tunes.
Sick tunes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head up there and see what's up.
All right. So we'll kind of sort of resolve these in their order. Mist and Azar, you sort of arrive at this library, and there's sort of like a back entrance that looks like it leads down. So you arrive and you knock on the door, and a little door slot opens up, and the guy goes, "What's the password?"
Password, huh?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Just open the door, I break your face.
No, that could work. Let's see.
The door opens. Who's your mama?
Let's see.
Speak drum.
Well, I'm gonna maybe spout lore again, and because this is a criminal activity, I'll take +1. Maybe I know the password or I've heard it.
Okay.
That's a 9.
All right. Yeah. So you've heard some rumblings of what the password potentially is. There are two phrases that you've heard a lot. One is one is rabbit squirrel.
Oh my god.
Yep. And then the other one is there's a word. There's a word. What is it? Yep. Trying to think of it. Sorry. Killing me. Rhododendron. So which one do you choose?
The dendron one.
Oh, I like rabbit squirrel.
Yeah.
All right. So rhododendron does get you in.
Yeah.
Yep. You had a 50-50 chance. But
We got it.
yeah, so they let you in, and you walk in, and it's sort of like some of the people in there are, you know, they almost look like cracked out on magic, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's an odd place for sure. But there's a number of people in there. Do you approach anyone or ask any questions while you're in there?
I am looking for somebody that could maybe enhance my rapier.
Okay, all right. So the guy kind of looks at you and he says, "You looking for Marth? Is Marth who you're looking for?"
Depends. What does Marth specialize in?
Wow, if you know Marth, you know what he specializes in. Is that who you're looking for?
Sure.
So you arrive sort of at this guy. He's got like blonde hair. He's got these sort of like red eyes. Sort of scraggly looking. And he's in the corner. He's sort of like muttering to himself, and he's got like these two vials in his hands. And he's like looking at them, and he's like he wants to pour it, and he doesn't, and he's talking to himself. And he looks at you and he says, "What do you want?"
I'm looking for the person they call Marth. I've heard that he is the best in town that can enchant weapons.
Yeah. So Marth says, yeah, that's me. I'm Marth. I could do some enchanting for you. What do you want?
What kind of an enchantment can you cast on a rapier to give it a little edge?
Let me take a look at your rapier. Let me take a look at that.
All right.
So he starts looking at it and he says, "What? Seems like there's already some enchantments on this. What are the enchantments already on this blade?"
I know if not, it just gives a plus to my hit. It's a little stronger than what it looks.
Yeah. So he kind of looks it up and over, and he says, "Here's what I can do. Here's what I can do. I can enchant it in such a way that on a critical hit, and for us as players, that's a 10+. It could stun an enemy for a whole turn, or you could stun an enemy, but like for one turn."
Yeah, done. That sounds great.
He says, "Cool, but I'm gonna need something in return. I can't
Cool.
just be handing out things for free." He says, "There are these boys that get together and they fight, and there are these prizes. There are these prizes
Oh my god.
for these little tournaments that they
Fight
hold."
Club.
Yeah, he says, "I've always wanted. They have these medallions for the winners, and the medallions are made of pure gold. And I don't care about the gold, but these medallions, when you flash them in the bars and establishments, you get free drinks. I'd really like one of those."
What if instead of that, I gave you a miscellaneous magical items that I have in my bag that someone didn't tell me what they were? Maybe I have a special medallion in there.
He says, No. Magic is illegal. I can't just be handing out things for something trivial. I need drinks. I need all the drinks I can drink.
What if we got you 2 medals if you enchanted my staff?
So
I want to ask him what it takes to get these fucking medals. That's what I want.
Okay, we can. Yeah, what's it take to get these?
Do I have to beat like 30 people or just one dude?
He's like, no. There's the one-on-ones, and you could definitely like, it takes the tiered system, but they have these large group battles, and no one ever wins. But if you win a group battle, you'll definitely like get one of these medallions.
This is stupid. You can't win a group battle. Besides, the other guys are in the group battle. I'm doing this shit.
Hey?
Alright, so Mist, because this is dumb.
I feel like me and Agnar are just gonna show up and be like, "Look at this cool medal we won."
Mist is gonna use his connections ability.
What does that do?
Mist is using his connections ability, and when I put out the word "a criminal underbelly," I get what I want if I roll a 10.
Right.
Oh my god.
Somebody's got the medal. Someone has to.
Damn it!
Yeah, you don't.
Not only did you fail, you super failed.
Yeah.
You failed.
So
now I can win
hold
for
on.
you.
You reach out to your connections to see what you can figure out, and one of your connections is maybe not the most trustworthy people, and it's quite possible that they've alerted your sort of presence in illegal activities to some authorities who are in town somewhere.
Oh.
Cool,
So
man.
That's great.
If you're spotted,
Niches.
you'll be noticed. So.
Oh no, it's like Assassin's Creed all over again.
Just hide with the priest.
So while all of that is going on, we're gonna cut over to what Melody's doing. Melody, you've made it out to the pier. What do you see?
I see a group of bards, just drinking and playing music.
All right. So do you approach them?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you say?
I say I'm a bard and I'm looking to learn about what's going on in the town and maybe see if I can get some magical musical wares.
Okay. Cool. So they sort of look you down and they're like, "Prove you're a bard."
Prove I'm a bard?
Yeah.
All right. So should I roll to perform?
Yeah.
To sing? Oh. I get a 7.
That didn't sound good.
You got a 7.
Seven.
All right. So that's you you play your tune, and they kind of look at you and they're like, "Well, you're not much of a bard, are you? But you are a bard." And they sort of give you they start giving you like tips on how to play better. It's very condescending. You're pretty insulted.
Hey, they're hipsters too.
Yeah.
Oh.
But they don't give you any helpful information about where to find like any sort of magical stuff. But they definitely give you they toss you some money, so you get like 50 silver.
Yeah.
Just to help you along your way. And you'll get a +1 going forward on your next roll for your interaction. Meanwhile, Agnar, Kadroth, and Thorin, you are now at this this makeshift fighting arena in the back alleys. What are you doing?
I'm gonna walk in and be like, "Ha my kind of place."
Cool.
I want to see if there's like a place to sign up, or if you how do you enter?
Yeah. So you walk to the sign-up bench, and they're like individual or group.
What we doing?
How he fights? I'll fight as a group.
Well, I want to ask them what's the difference?
Well, individual is a tiered system. You fight like multiple opponents, and you work your way to the top. If you fight as a group, it's just one battle. You fight our premier group, and no one's ever beat them. But if you do, we'll give you all these medals, and you'll also get some cash.
Yeah.
How many people in a group?
They said groups can range anywhere from 3 to 5 people.
We've got 3
We're
people.
3.
Let's do this.
How many does the other team have?
Well, you don't know yet.
They won't tell us?
No.
Okay.
We can assume it's 14 people. I like our odds.
Man, you might want to go and recruit or something.
Yeah.
Oh no, we got this.
We got it.
So as you're signing up, what's Mist and Azar doing?
Shit. Azar, you want to fight these fuckers in a group? The others said they were headed that way.
Sure, why not?
Alright, so Mist and Azar leaves the stupid, crazy asshole in the basement. The other guys to fight in a fucking group because our god hates us.
You didn't choose the right god.
So yeah, you guys show up. You guys show up just about the time these guys are signing up. And so do you sort of volunteer to join them, or?
Yeah, begrudgingly.
Yeah.
All right, that's 4.
All right, so that'd be 5. 5, yeah.
Wait, is Melody not still with the other bards?
Yeah, so Melody's probably making her way. She'll probably show up. You'll have already entered by the time she's up, because a max group is 5. So
Max group of 5. I can't do it, so I'll basically have to either decide to join the tiered system.
Yeah.
Or get drunk in the stands. Actually, you know what? I'll enter
Get drunk in the stands.
I'll enter the tiered system. Why not?
All right.
There you go.
All right. Cool.
Proves.
Kratos approves.
All right. Cool. So the tier system.
Don't die.
The tier system goes first. So Melody, you're fighting your first opponent. It's a it's a troll fighter. And he's so you walk in the ring. They announce both of you entering the ring. So you walk in, bard gear in hand, and then this troll fighter. He's sort of clad in this leather armor. He's got one broken tusk and one full tusk, and he's got a scar over his eye. He can still see out of it, but it's just over his the area of his eye. And he's brandishing sort of this fairly large scimitar type weapon as you enter the ring. So what do you do?
All right. I guess I'm going to
Strategic retreat.
No, not strategic retreat. I am going to hack and slash.
All right, cool. And
With,
are you still using the crossbow that you've got, or?
Yeah, the bayonet crossbow.
Yeah. So you shooting or are you stabbing?
I'll shoot.
All right. So you doing a volley, which will be your dexterity.
Yeah, that'll be dexterity.
Okay.
All right, and I have +1. I have an 8.
All right, cool. So yeah, you lose your first arrow. So tell me where do you hit him at?
I hit him in the side.
All right, cool. So it catches him in the side, and go ahead and roll for damage too.
All right. 2.
Cool. So you hit him in the side. It does 2 damage. But as you're sort of doing he reaches in his little pouch and he tosses a throwing knife at you. Sort of at the same time you're loosing the arrow, and the throwing knife is it's going to hit you for 5 damage, and you can deduct your armor from that.
Okay.
So, now also, so because this is a battle arena, you can dip out at any time. You can just basically raise your hand and say I quit. So
okay.
Just as a heads up.
All right.
Is it to the
If
death?
he thinks about quitting, I'm gonna yell from the side, "Don't worry, I can bring you back."
I don't think it's to the death, because if you can quit at any point in time, you should be able to go.
you
Now,
can't.
if
But
the
if
person
you
doesn't,
don't quit, is it to the death?
Yeah, if you don't quit, it's
I
to the
would
death.
think so.
Yeah. If you don't quit, it's to the death.
Okay.
Tag me in. Tag me.
You can't.
I'm still doing all right now.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you've just taken the hit from the knife. The knife has caught you, just sort of across the shoulder area, and he's taking that arrow hit. What are you doing next?
Do the hack and slash again. Although this time I won't have my +1. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with the shooting him again with the arrow.
All right.
8 again.
All right. So you use another arrow. Go ahead and roll for damage.
All right. All right, that's an 11.
You got 11.
Wait. What am I rolling?
Whatever your damage is on your sheet.
Okay, sorry about that.
So it's definitely not 11.
Yeah, definitely not 11. Give me a moment.
Mine being 11.
Okay, I don't think I had one for a
It's whatever your base damage is on your sheet. It says it's got a dice on it. It's on the front. It's underneath.
Oh,
your HP.
okay. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, that's right. I rolled 1 last time. It's a 2 again.
All right. So yeah, you lose another arrow. Where does it hit him?
I'm gonna hit him in the shoulder.
All right, so yeah, it catches him in the shoulder. Sort of as you do this time, as you're shooting, he was starting to lunge, so he's racing towards you, and he goes to slash at you with his scimitar, and you're going to take some 2 damage on that. You can eject your armor, and he catches you sort of just across the chest. It barely grazes you and catches you, but it does hit you.
Right.
And so right after he cuts you, what do you do?
I'm actually going to do the metal hurlant, which is the advanced move that I picked.
Okay.
And I'm rolling on con.
Okay. What does that do?
What it does is it's roll plus constitution, and on a 10 plus, the target takes 1 damage and is deafened for a few minutes.
Okay.
And on a 7 to 9, you still damage your target, but it's out of control, and then you choose, a nearby target to get additional damage.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay, that's an 8 on the Constitution roll.
All right.
And I'm going to roll the 1. Oh, I got a 1 on that one.
Okay. All right. So describe to me the slight damage, and then you're also going to take damage too. So.
Yeah. So I'm basically playing on the lute a pretty, what I think is a shattering note, but really it just kind of, shakes him, makes him a little fall back a little bit, but it's doesn't really shatter a rib cage or anything.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So one of your strings pops as you're doing that, hits you, causes some damage on you as well, pops you in the eye.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then meanwhile, can I get you to roll Defy Danger on your dex?
All right. And that is 12.
12. All right. So yeah, as that happens, he's swinging at you with his scimitar, but you manage to sidestep it and dodge out of the way as he stumbles forward a little bit. And then what do you do?
Let's try Metal Hurlant again.
Okay.
So that is a 5.
Cool. So you go to play your note again, and as you do so, he grabs your lute out of your hand and smacks you across the face with it, and he says, "No more," and does 2 damage to you as well, and then tosses your lute several feet away. What are you doing?
Grab my loot. I say, "That's it. You've disrespected the loot. I'm leaving."
Okay. All right. So you're bowing out?
Yeah, I'm bowing out.
Okay. All right.
You should have said this is ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
I'm gonna encourage Melody. Just good job. You did good.
Yeah. So you bow out, but definitely your comrades give you maybe some respect for doing that your solo venture. And the
tried the best.
The troll reaches his arms up in the air and cheers, but no one's really cheering for him because he beat a bard who bowed out, right? It's not really a victory for him necessarily. And so the 1-1 rounds go on, and they sort of finally conclude. And oddly enough, the winner is it's sort of this halfling. He was a halfling assassin, with ginger hair. Very unassuming. You would have not guessed. But he's pretty deadly. But he gets his awards or whatever, and then they sort of announce the group battle.
Oh yeah.
You guys are the only people signed up for the group battle. And so you walk into the ring, and On the other side, you hear cheers and jowls and whatnot. And the first person to come out is this. It's like an elf. He's like middle-aged, but he's definitely got like a lot of scars on his body and stuff. And he's got just 2 small knives on either hand as he comes out. And then behind him, you start hearing like this thud, like walking as it's coming through. You you see you see
Does my cup of water ripple as I look at it?
It sure does. You see a human female, and she's brunette, pretty standard looking. She's basic bitch, right? But she has this metal like chain link leash, and on the end of the leash is a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Of course
it is, right?
It's all the
I want it.
Yep.
I'm gonna punch this thing right in the snout.
So yeah, and it's just
its tooth.
It's just the 3 of them: the lady, the Tyrannosaurus, and the elf. And the lady reaches up and grabs the collar around the Tyrannosaurus neck. He bends down and pulls it off. She sort of like tosses it to the side.
But before we start, I'm gonna shout out, "Hey, did you tame that?"
Come here, boy.
I want to yell from the stands. Stuff it in the cat bag.
She says, "What do you think?" And she snaps her fingers, and it lets loose this Tyrannosaurus like howl.
All you hear is.
I'll be like, "Call me after I kill it."
Yeah. So what do you do?
So it's
I'm
just
ready.
those 2 and a T-Rex?
Yep.
All right.
Killed one
Yeah.
before. It's fine.
I'm going after that T-Rex.
Finds a
This, did you say you're gonna watch? Like,
Yep.
come on, man. You joined. You signed
I'm going
up.
after the elf.
All right. So let's do some rolling and some dicing.
I'm gonna kill the basic bitch. That's what I want to do. I've changed my mind.
You go after the easiest target.
Yep.
Well, if it has no master,
I'm gonna turn
Put
you and
a
be like, "Don't
Starbucks
kill
cup
her."
under a trap. There you go. Like that's how you do.
All right, I'll roll to slice the basic bitch.
All right.
That's a 9.
Roll.
All right, cool. So we roll for damage.
All right, cool. Let's see, where is it?
So
That's a
Agnar,
3.
Azir,
All right, cool.
are we attacking the T-Rex?
Oh,
So
I'm
the,
definitely attacking T-Rex.
Tell me how you attack the basic bitch. Do some damage to her.
I go on the side the T-Rex is not on, and I just hack her across her, midsection.
All right, cool. So yeah, she takes the cut to the side. It's fairly damaging. Her pet, seeing this happen, does sort of tail whip you, and so you take a little bit of damage. It just kind of barely caught you, but that's a 4, of course. So 4, but minus your armor, so that's what, like 1 for you.
It's nothing actually, because if
Okay.
I face more than one person, I get another +1.
Okay, so yeah. So it just knocks you back
Oh my
some.
gosh.
You don't take a whole lot of damage on that.
I'm like, "Oh, that's all you got, bitch."
Yep. And
I could do this all day.
And then she grabs her side. Meanwhile, what are the rest of you doing?
Oh, I'm charging that T-Rex.
All right. All right. So charge away.
I hope this goes well for you,
Codra,
Ragnar.
Did you already do something?
No, Codrith is going to face off against the elf with the 2 knives. He's going to crack his knuckles, reach into his pack, and prepare a pair of brass knuckles. And just look him in the face and go, "I spent the first 20 years on the street, bitch."
All right. Well, let's go ahead and
I'm from
resolve
the street.
Agnar's attack on the T-Rex. Agnar, go ahead and roll for success. Yeah, you don't.
Oh,
This is great.
You don't do too good. So you run to the T-Rex, and as you're running towards it, he immediately like bends down and like bites you. Like your whole head and upper torso is in his mouth, right? And he
I was too distracted by the girl. Just
he picks you up and shakes you like a dog shakes a dog toy, And then spits you back down on the ground. And you're going to take some damage on that. You're going to take 5 damage. You can deduct your armor from that.
No, we told you not to move. You can't see when.
Yeah.
You didn't zigzag, man.
So who's next?
Yeah, you zigged when you should have zagged.
Who's next?
I'll attack it. Azir, are you gonna attack the T-Rex as well, or what you doing?
I'm gonna attack the basic white bitch.
Alright, guess I'm going after the T-Rex.
Alright.
Get him, Thorin.
Alright. Roll to attack.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an 11.
Alright, cool. And then roll for damage.
Alright. And because I didn't claim it when I was attacking. Alright, so it's gonna be a 9.
Alright, cool. And then you get another, 1d4 carrying forward, right, on the next one?
Well, I didn't claim the hack and slash, or is all attacks hack and slash?
All attacks are hack and slash, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, on my next one, when I attack it, I get an additional 1d4.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, you're gonna hit it for 9 damage. Tell me how you strike this thing.
So I'm just gonna run up, like, real close in its blind spot, like right in the middle, where
Right in
because
the
its
gooch.
eyes can't focus on me. And so I'm gonna go up right, and I'm gonna do my cup chuck thing,
Yeah.
and then I'm just gonna smack it right in the face.
Alright, sweet. So you hit it left and right in the face and the snout. It definitely takes some serious damage. It takes a few steps back. You can see its little hands trying to grab its face, but they're little. He can't do it, right? He's like, he's trying to grab it. Yeah. And he's a little frustrated at the fact that he can't grab his own face. Meanwhile, what's Azar doing? You're taking the basic girl.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me how that happens.
I am gonna take my staff and I am gonna try to get her right in the midsection.
All right, cool. So let's roll for some damage. The 2d6
I'm a
on
little
your,
worried what's gonna happen when
2d6
the
on your
person
strength.
controlling the T-Rex disappears.
That is a 6.
And what's your strength?
That's 12.
So you're not adding anything to it. So let's fail. All right. So you're going to get that basic girl. She sort of recovered from her last attack. And as you go to attack her, she bends forward on a handstand, and her legs come up and grab you around the neck, and she Black Widow style like brings you to the ground by the neck with her
shit.
legs.
That's a nice way to get hit.
Yeah.
Right? Come on.
Right. I mean, it's filled. She has nice thighs. So.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna take a five damage. You can deduct your armor from that. But she's pulled you to the ground. Meanwhile, Kodrath, you said you were attacking the elf, maybe?
Yeah, 1-on-1.
All right, cool.
I'm just gonna brass something.
No mercy.
That's a 9. So
All right, and then roll for some damage.
that one I rolled well on. 5.
All right, cool. So tell me how you hit him with your mace and do some damage.
Oh no, I'm using brass knuckles.
Brass-
I'm just
yeah,
gonna
right.
deck him in the face.
Punch him in the face. All right, so just one square hit then.
Yep, 1 square punch, and then just gonna, because there's a negative, I like do the come on, get me, and leave myself wide open.
Yeah. So you knock him to the ground in that sort of boastful moment. He sweeps your legs as he's already on the ground, bringing you to the ground.
Sweep the leg.
And you're going to take some damage on that. It's 5. You can deduct your armor from that as you hit the ground. Meanwhile, what's Mist up to?
Mist is going to turn and attack the basic white bitch again.
All right, cool.
Well, that'll be a 10.
All right, sweet. And then roll for some damage. All right.
That'll be a 3.
And do you want to do an additional D4 of damage, but opening yourself up to attack?
That'd be a hell no, sir.
Okay, cool. So yeah, tell me about the 3 damage.
I'm going to go for ankles this time.
All right, cool.
There you go.
You sweeping the ankles?
I'm gonna run by and slide on my knees because I don't really feel like getting bit or smacked by that fucking T-Rex again. And as I drove by her, I just cut her ankles.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you hit her in the ankles. Drops her to the ground for a minute or two. She definitely takes the damage. The T-Rex looks pretty perturbed at its master being attacked. So in the meanwhile, what is Agnar doing?
I was gonna get back up and be like, "That didn't even hurt," and swing his axe at its leg.
Okay. You're swinging for the knee?
Yes, but missing, obviously. Wait, did I even roll? Yeah. No, I hit. Yeah,
you gotta hit. What's your
kneecaps? Take the T-Rex kneecaps. All kneecaps.
Your, strength modifier?
+2.
All right, so that's a 9. All right, cool. So yeah, then go ahead and roll for damage too.
Yeah. 7.
All right, cool. So tell me how you hit it.
All right, I'm gonna jump back up, swing my large axe around behind his kneecap, trying not to hit the kneecap itself.
Yeah.
Just right into the back of his leg.
All right, cool. So yeah, you definitely just deal some damage to the T-Rex. He drops one knee for a second, but as he does, obviously the top half of his body coming down, he, in a very rare moment, has the opportunity to slash you with his claw. Right? It's not often the T-Rex gets to do that, but he does. So he slashes at you with his claw, and he does 5 damage. You can deduct your armor from that.
I'm also going to, with my setup strike, call Matthew's character, so if he hits, he gets another +1d4.
Oh. Okay. All right, cool.
Cool.
All right, sweet. So, then yeah, what is Thorin doing?
Well, Thorin's feeling a little bit more confident. He ain't fought in a while, so it's time for Glitterbeard, guys. So Thorin takes his he's gonna take his cup chucks, tie it up in his beard. He's gonna run up to the T-Rex, and then he's gonna headbang as he attacks the T-Rex's eye.
All right. 2d6 on your strength then.
Ooh. That's gonna be an 8.
All right. So then go ahead and roll for damage too, and then you get to roll all your various dice for that.
No.
Yes, more blood for the blood gods.
And plus you get an additional d4, so you get what, 3d4, and then your whatever your was it d10 or something for your attack.
Yeah, D10.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 12 damage, sir.
Okay. All right. So you're not gonna kill it, but you'll darn near kill it.
And how low was your main attack dice?
It was a 5. Because I have a D10 for my main attack.
Yeah.
How many pluses did you have? I thought you had more than 2.
I had wait, what?
He has 2d4 that he adds to his attack, plus the d4 that you gave him as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had 3 D4s plus a D10.
Yeah.
Do you want to re-roll that 5? My human stat is once per battle I can re-roll a single damage roll, either mine or someone else's.
I can. I mean,
You don't have to. I'm just saying it's an option.
no, we'll save that. We might as well save it for another time.
All right. Cool.
Saving for like a 1.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you describe to me the carnage.
So as my beard is flailing everywhere and glitters going every which way, I'm just rapidly attacking the crap out of this T-Rex's eyeball.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, he takes several hits to the face. He's having a hard time deflecting. He's raising his little hand to deflect, but it's useless. It's absolutely useless as he raises his little T-Rex hand. You feel even a little sad for it, maybe. He's like, yeah.
No,
he's
no, I don't.
face. The final blow, you see his head go to the side, almost in slow motion. You see some T-Rex spit come out of his mouth. Yep. In the meanwhiles, what is Azar doing?
I'm gonna go for the girl again.
All right, cool.
Get her.
Finisher.
She's on the ground right now too, isn't she?
Yeah, so you can take some advantage on that if you want.
I was gonna say,
nice.
does he even have to roll for that? Because she's on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ground?
She's still aware. I mean, she's just falling to the ground. She can still see what's going on, so she can still react to
Gotcha.
it. But he can take a +1 on his roll.
Sweet.
She's falling, but she can't get up.
So 2d6.
Yep.
Is that-
2d6 plus your strength plus an additional 1.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
What's your strength? Oh, it's 12. You get nothing, and +1.
Yeah.
You get a 4 total, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go in for the attack on this basic bitch, right? And you're swinging your pull down on her. When from across the field, the elf darts across the field and tackles you to the ground, and plants one of his knives directly into like the top half of your shoulder as you're coming down. And he's going to do some amount of damage. 3, so you can deduct your armor from that. So while that's happening, what's Kodroth doing?
Kodroth is pissed. The elf just left him to go after someone else.
Yep.
Like, this ain't a thing. He's going to just charge him and just plant his fist in his face.
All right.
You're gonna give him the old pop pop.
With a 10 total.
Damn.
All right, cool. So then you'll then go and roll for damage.
That's a 3.
All right. And do you want to roll an additional D4, opening yourself up to attack?
Yes.
Okay.
That one's a 4.
All right. So yeah, you're gonna chop a good bit of life off this guy. So what'd you get? 3 and 4 and it's a 7. So all right. So tell me about this damage you're gonna do to him.
The elf just leaves himself exposed, charging after my ally, and I look over like, the hell? He just left me. And as he's trying to get another dagger in Azar, I just knock him right off, and then as he rolls over onto the ground, just plant my left hand in his face. It's like, I'm your real threat.
Okay, cool. Cool. And sort of as you're doing all that and he hits the ground, the basic bitch, she pulls out a vial from her pouch and tosses it on you, and you get a little acid on you as it sort of breaks on your skin. And that's going to do 5 damage, and you can deduct your armor from that. As it sort of burns and sizzles your skin on sort of the side of your body. Meanwhile, Mist, what's happening?
I'm seeing that the T-Rex is pretty jacked.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go for the T-Rex this time.
All right.
Oh, now you're gonna attack the T-Rex.
Yeah, of course.
You bastard.
Kill the kill!
It doesn't matter. I only got a 6.
Oh.
No.
Sad times. All right, cool. So you go to attack the how were you going to attack the T-Rex? What was your plan?
I was going to hit it and try to chop its tail off.
Yeah. So you go to chop its tail, and it catches you, like, you know, it full on catches you with the brunt of its tail, and knocking you back again, and so this time you're gonna take 6 and then deduct your armor from that damage.
Awesome.
As it knocks you back, and meanwhile, Agnar, what's happening?
Agnar's very much enjoying the thrill of this fight, so he's going to keep hitting that T-Rex.
Yeah.
Oh, with
Damn.
the 10. Beautiful.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll for
Nice.
some destruction on that then.
Oh, yeah.
Get it.
I also get another plus 1d4 for scent of blood.
All right.
Wonderful.
All right.
10. Okay, so
So you're gonna murder the bejesus out of it. Tell me about it.
Oh my god.
after watching the beautiful glitter beard display, I'm gonna be like, "That's a good show, sir." But how about this? And then chop its head off with my giant axe.
Sweet. Yeah. So you
There's finesse.
You make a nice clean cut. Its head pops right off. Blood and guts just everywhere as the body falls to the ground. The head falls to the ground.
I let the blood spray me, of course.
Yeah. And sort of
Make sure to paint your face.
As this happens, the elf and the basic bitch, they tap out. They're like, "We're done. We're done. We give up." And the referee sort of calls the fight. Do you do anything at this point?
Oh, I'm gonna go over and start chatting up basic bitch. Hey, so why don't you teach me how you did that? Huh?
Roll.
Mist is gonna collect a tooth.
I'm taking. Yeah, I was gonna collect a tooth from this puppy.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna lean back. Kudroth, get the kneecap.
Somebody bring me a souvenir.
Audrith is gonna do you one better and animate it.
No, what are you doing?
Why?
Wait, did you just animate his kneecap?
No, I'll let y'all resolve y'all's, but I'm gonna animate dead because it does not specify how big a creature.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
get it.
So yeah, you can. They're probably not gonna let you harvest a lot from it because you're in an arena and it's sort of like their arena. But if you want to like run in real quick and like cut something off, you can. But you're not, like I said, you can't just spend all day harvesting this thing.
Tooth is mine.
I just want a tooth.
Yeah, so y'all can take a tooth. That's fine. You can mark a tooth in your
Sharp
inventory.
as one I can find.
And
It's on my neck.
Someone bring me one.
Things.
I want one.
I'll grab you one.
all right,
Cool, thank you.
So they're announcing that you're the winners. They start sort of bringing out your stuff, the medals for each of you, and then you're each going to get 10 gold from the fight.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, sweet.
Meanwhile, Kodroth, what are you doing?
After receiving his medal, Kodrith is going to animate dead on the Tyrannosaurus.
All right, so let's roll for that.
Watch me get like 2 ones. Actually not that bad. 8 plus wisdom, 11.
All right, cool. So what does your sheet say? What does your sheet say about that?
So I get to roll a d4 and choose a number of abilities. I get a 3. So I get to choose between the 4 abilities and I animate it. I'm going to choose that it is durable, so it gets 10 hit points plus the 1 it normally has. It has a functioning brain, so it can actually follow commands. And I'm going to stitch it back together so it does not appear obviously dead for at least a day or 2.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, cool. So you reattach its head, right?
Yeah, we.
So yeah, okay. You've got an undead T-Rex for like 2 days.
Gross.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
sweet.
almost
I
on
wanted
the
to see
ocean,
it.
right?
I'm gonna take it.
So it may require some convincing to get it on the boat. I don't know.
Not the worst day we've ever had.
All right, cool.
Let's say.
So real quick, all that happens. You get your stuff. You leave the arena. Mist, are you heading back to the enchantery?
Yes, I think me and Azar are gonna head back to the enchantery.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take it. Let's go.
All right. So you head back to the enchantery. You speak with Marth.
Yeah,
And
crazy eyes.
Yep. He accepts your medal, and he's going to do the enchant. So you get your sword enchanted. That anytime
Sweet.
you roll a 10 plus, you'll stun a target. And then Azar, are you looking for the same enchant? I assume.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That'll work.
So you also get that same enchant. So just note that anytime you roll a 10 plus on an attack, that you are going to stun a target.
Okay.
And try and remember that because I don't know that I'll remember that, but
I'll remember it. I've already got it written down.
cool. All right, and you leave with no real issues, except for one guy. One guy offers you guys some ground up fairy dust bone. It's
Mist accepts.
Yeah. He offers it at a price, right? So it's
What's the price?
it's gonna be 20 silver to do so.
20 silver.
20 silver.
I hear you. Can I just swap one of those magical items that I have?
What do you got?
No, you tell me. You told me I had a bag of magical crap from the last adventure. I said I pick up stuff. You're like, you have a bag of miscellaneous magical items.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you tell me. Like, what do you got? What do you got?
All right. I pull out a chapstick that's glowing and I give it to him.
All right, yeah, he'll accept that. That's fine. Because he's already a little stoned. He's like, whoa, how do you get to do that, bruh? How's it glow? Does it make my lips grow too?
I'll probably accept anything then if you're stoned.
He starts putting it on, and his lips start to glow. And as you walk away, he's like, "Oh God, it burns! It burns!" And he starts screaming as you walk away.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No refund.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
So since he's stoned, can I play some music to see if he'll also give me some drugs?
Sure.
Enough to share.
Why not?
All right,
So-
so that's
Does do, by the
it's a
way.
9.
Cool. So you play some music. He's feeling pretty good about it. This is before all the burning, obviously.
Yeah.
And he says, "Hey, if you show me your feet, I'll definitely give it to you."
I'm a bard. I'm
Not a bad
kinda
trade.
weird.
Not
Yeah.
a bad trade.
Yeah,
No.
sure.
So you show him your feet. Sure. Okay. Yeah, you show him your feet. He gives you the drugs.
Wait, does she have to roll depending on how much he likes her feet?
No. He likes all feet. He doesn't care.
Okay.
Hell, I'll show you my feet to get some.
No, he don't see lady feet. Sorry. You already got your.
Ooze and all.
So,
Wow.
does anyone else want to transact for drugs at this point?
So, since
Once I'm
apparently
president,
we're
I
all
don't even do that.
Does she have enough to share?
Sorry, what now? Well, it's I mean,
You gotta show your own feet, man.
yeah, it's a vial. I guess you could split it maybe 2 ways if you really wanted to.
What does it do?
I
You don't know.
but I might need it.
You don't know.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, it's drugs,
All
and
right.
you don't know what they do because it's
Miss puts it in his pack for a later day.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. I'm putting mine away for later.
So since we all found our way here, can I exchange my medal?
yeah, sure.
For drugs or for enchantment or for
No,
enchanted
an
drugs.
enchantment.
For enchanted drugs.
I guess we all could
Yes.
trade in our
See,
medals
he
for
gets it. Enchanted drugs.
enchanted
Yeah,
drugs.
you can all
Yeah, we
sort of
both said enchanted
you can all
drugs.
exchange for the same thing if you want to get the stun on a 10+ for attacks. You can do that.
Okay,
I didn't have a medal. I just had feet for for
Feet for
for
drugs.
drugs.
I'm down with that.
All right.
On the next
So
resume, we'll show you for drugs.
You all lose your medals, but you get the enchantment then. Is Agnar doing the same then?
Woohoo!
Oh no, Agnar's keeping his medal. He's
Okay.
still trying to talk basic into coming to the bar with him for drinks.
Roll on charisma.
All right, that's an 11. I have a +2 in charisma.
All right, cool. Yeah, she definitely agrees to go back to the bar with you for drinks, even though you slaughtered her team.
There you go. There
Well,
you
he
go.
reanimated it. It's all good.
Literally to find out how she made a T-Rex her pet.
Yeah.
It listens to me now.
Since I have such good charisma, it just
I'm,
leads. to
I'm the
sex.
captain
So as
now.
you're chatting with her and you ask her about how to make a T-Rex a pet, and she's like, "Listen, I'm not proud of it, but you gotta do some like illicit things. T-Rexes don't come easy."
She had to show her feet too. Poor thing.
No, they don't come easy.
Oh,
I think he's a little too literal on that one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
if she took the T-Rex, you probably have a good chance.
Yeah.
Please tell me she was singing the Jurassic Park theme the whole time.
Na, 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 na,
she,
na.
she says to you, "Say, look, like
T-Rex.
I don't want to like be weird about this, but life finds a way. I got a son at home. He looks really weird."
Oh.
So anyway,
Wow.
Do you have the dinosaur clap?
no, it's
Miss-
dino,
No, he
out,
can't
he's
touch
out.
together.
it's dino syphilis, all right.
Oh my gosh.
There's no other STDs. It's just different forms of syphilis.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Demonic syphilis.
yeah,
And bards have them all.
Yep,
yep.
I
Oh,
agree.
this one.
So, anyways, do y'all have any more business to conclude in this area? In the drug
No, I
out
hate
area?
this city. This
No,
city-
I leave in
think so.
shame.
Specifically ride my Tyrannosaurus to place to place.
You sure do.
Oh, God.
So in the spirit of time, we're going to breeze through a lot of what's happening next, just to get us to the sort of end stage. You the next morning you meet well, in the evening, I guess. In the evening of the next day, you meet your contact for the ship. It's a nice little like merchant seafaring ship. And I do the clickies to make things happen. Yep, there you go. So as you're sort of looking at the seafaring ship, there are two figures standing in front of it. One happens to be the troll you rode in with. Yep, he's loading some of his wares that you saw before, the boxes. He's getting those loaded onto the ship, and then the ship's sort of looks like maybe deckhand is this this goblin, and Mist recognizes the goblin. It's Tweeg, who you sort of met in the shanty village before. And he sees you again, and he sort of bids you hello, and very quickly asks you, it's like, oh, how are you doing? How's it going? You know, it's been a while since I've seen you, sort of thing.
Okay, I answer as nice as I can answer to a goblin.
Yeah.
Great. I've survived.
Yeah.
Even though your brethren are a bunch of assholes.
He says,
I like how his first question is, "How are you doing?" Not "What the fuck is that T-Rex doing?"
Yeah. He's preoccupied with Mist at the moment because he recognizes him.
It's kind of like fumbling around.
Yeah. He agrees with you. He says, "Yeah, I definitely left that bunch for a reason. I couldn't abide with what they were doing. You know, but hopefully, you know, they found what they were looking for. He doesn't know that obviously you've been there while they were all like mercilessly slaughtered. He's not been back to the town. He doesn't know that.
Yeah, they're pretty much all dead.
Yeah. Did you tell him that?
No.
Okay. Right,
I don't like. Yeah. I don't like goblins. I don't dislike this guy.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not doing him any favors. So
yeah.
No.
So he says you must be what's his face? Lost the name. Grigori. He says, you must be Grigori's group. It's he said a bunch of Venturers will be coming aboard in the ship. So you guys are heading to the mystical isles, I hear.
Yep.
That is correct.
And by the time he looks up and he says, "Oh my God, is that a T-Rex?"
By the way, since I chose that it has a brain, I have it humming the sound of Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Da-na-na.
So he's like,
What? This is the T-Rex? This is a no dog.
So he says,
No, we all turn around and go, "What T-Rex?"
Yeah, right.
He says, "There's no way you're bringing that thing on board."
We will.
T-Rex.
Can I convince them?
Sure.
Can I convince them
Yeah, you can. You can try to convince him.
to let them keep it on board?
I think this was in Jurassic Park 3, why it was a bad idea to put T-Rexes on boats.
Yeah.
No, that's 2.
Oh no.
Oh, it was 2, wasn't it?
You got a 10?
Yeah, that's 2.
13.
13. Yeah, you convince him. He says you can bring it aboard, but you got to store it in like the lower cargo hold. It can't be on the deck, right? So yeah, you definitely you all get aboard.
Feed it a snack.
You all get aboard the ship, ready to sort of set sail. It's gonna set sail in the morning, and that's sort of where we'll end for the night. So cool.
It would be fantastic if we pulled into the next port and the T-Rex is on the front of the ship.
No. He's got it.
Oh, you got to go Titanic at
Titanic
that point.
style, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The snack that I fed the T-Rex was a passenger.
Who's holding the T-Rex from behind?
Oh goodness. All right. So yeah, that's sort of where we're going to conclude for the night. We'll pick up next week.